7 Great Reasons to File for Social Security at age 62. Deciding the optimal time to begin receiving your Social Security benefits is a significant financial choice that many individuals face as they approach retirement. For years, a common method used to guide this decision was the break-even analysis. This straightforward tool aimed to help people determine the point at which delaying benefits would eventually pay off by accumulating higher total payments over their lifetime. In fact, the Social Security Administration, SSA, itself once featured such an analysis on its official website. However, the SSA eventually removed this tool, expressing concerns that its oversimplified nature was leading individuals to make less than ideal filing decisions. This complexity is not surprising when one considers the vast number of potential Social Security filing strategies. Some experts suggest there could be as many as 700 different approaches to evaluate. Given this intricate landscape, it becomes clear why a basic break-even analysis, while seemingly helpful, can be a misleading and ultimately poor method for such a crucial financial decision. To illustrate why, let's delve into a comparison of 3 distinct filing scenarios. We will examine the implications of filing as early as possible at age 62, filing at your full retirement age, FRA, which for most people watching this video is around 67, and finally, delaying your filing until age 70, the point at which your monthly benefits can no longer increase. Let's consider an illustrative case using Professor Pat to understand the mechanics of these scenarios. For this example, we need to establish a few foundational assumptions about Professor Pat's financial situation. We'll assume that Pat's final year of income that counts towards Social Security earnings was $90,000, which is approximately half of the current wage cap. Initially, we'll also adopt a common simplification many people make when first exploring a break-even analysis. We will solely focus on Professor Pat's individual Social Security benefits. Crucially, we will not yet factor in the potential Social Security benefits of a spouse. As we'll discuss later, neglecting this aspect is often a major mistake with significant financial consequences. Another assumption we'll make, mirroring how traditional break-even analyses were often conducted, is that there will be 0 cost of living adjustment (COLA) increases. This means we'll pretend benefits remain static over time for the initial comparison. We also need to make an informed assumption about life expectancy. According to the 2024 Trustees Report, the average life expectancy at birth is 79 years. However, if you have already reached age 62, which is typically when these important filing decisions are being made, your life expectancy is statistically longer. Actuarial tables suggest an additional 22 years, bringing the average life expectancy for someone reaching 62 to age 84. While the exact numbers for life expectancy can be debated from various angles, these figures are derived from current actuarial tables. In my personal experience, I believe many financial planners and individuals often misinterpret or underestimate this crucial factor. Retirement planners frequently work with clients in their late 50s and 60s. In my professional opinion, if you have successfully reached age 62, are in reasonably good health, and do not have a strong family history of early mortality, then it is prudent to use at least age 84 as your planning horizon for retirement, particularly when conducting a break-even analysis. So let's examine how the numbers play out under these initial simplified conditions. Filing at different ages, the initial calculations. If Professor Pat were to file for Social Security benefits at age 62, the monthly payment received would be $2,238. This amount would then be received each month until age 84. If Pat instead waited and filed at the full retirement age of 67, the monthly benefit would increase to $3,198. Over the same period, until age 84, by filing at age 62, Pat would have received a total of $71,157 $1,067 less compared to filing at 67. Finally, if Pat delayed filing until age 70, the monthly benefit would jump significantly to $3,166. In this scenario, filing at age 62 would result in receiving a total of $94,600 less than if benefits were delayed until age 70. A summary of these strategies, under these specific assumptions, shows that by filing as early as possible and living until age 84, Professor Pat would receive a total of $615,000 in Social Security benefits. Based solely on these initial calculations, it might seem that filing early is a way to extract the most money from Social Security over a specific lifetime. But is this truly the best strategic move for you? This simplistic conclusion highlights the exact reason why the Social Security Administration ultimately decided to remove its break-even calculator from its website. Personal finance, by its very nature, is deeply personal. Relying on such a basic, one-dimensional way of analyzing Social Security benefits is an inadequate and often misleading approach for making what is, for most people, one of the largest financial decisions of their lives. Why simplicity misleads. The flaws of basic break-even. Analysis. The problem with the basic break-even analysis is that just a few subtle changes to the underlying assumptions can dramatically alter the optimal outcome. Firstly, let's reconsider life expectancy. What if we adjust Pat's life expectancy by just 3 years, reducing it to 81 instead of 84? In this revised scenario, taking Social Security benefits at your full retirement age, FRA, actually emerges as the more advantageous option. Furthermore, if we reduce the life expectancy by a full 6 years, down to age 78, then taking benefits as early as possible versus at your FRA becomes almost financially identical. Surprisingly, the optimal strategy in this specific situation might even be to activate benefits at age 65. This clearly demonstrates how sensitive the best decision is to a single, often uncertain variable like how long you expect to live. Secondly, remember our assumption about COLA, the cost of living adjustment. In the basic break-even analysis, we set the COLA to 0 for simplicity. However, real-world future COLA rates have a profound and often underestimated impact on your decision. The reason for this significant effect lies in the power of compounding. COLA increases applied to the larger benefit amounts received from a delayed filing are considerably larger in absolute dollar terms. This is effectively the power of compounding working within your Social Security income planning. If we revisit Professor Pat with the average life expectancy of 84 years, but now factor in typical COLA increases, the difference between filing at your FRA and filing as early as possible becomes a staggering $168,000 decision. And if you delay until age 70, the decision carries an even larger weight, amounting to a $246,000 difference over your lifetime. These examples vividly illustrate that even minor adjustments to your assumed life expectancy or the projected COLA can significantly swing the financial scales of your decision-making process. And we haven't even begun to discuss another critical factor: the fact that many individuals watching this video likely have a spouse who is also eligible for benefits. A coordinated Social Security strategy between spouses is almost always a sounder and more financially optimized approach than individual decisions made in isolation. So, does this mean you should completely disregard break-even analysis? Of course not. The basic chart serves a purpose as a starting point, a preliminary glance at the numbers. However, it is fundamentally not a final answer. Your life cannot be reduced to a simple formula. To truly make the right, informed decision, you need to carefully consider 3 crucial factors. 1. The break-even calculation. Use it as an initial reference, understanding its limitations. 2. Your individual circumstances. This encompasses a wide range of personal details. 3. The other benefits that filing might unlock. Think beyond just your personal monthly payment. Your financial needs and your current health status are undeniably important, but so are your broader financial obligations and whether other family members, such as a spouse or dependent children, rely on your benefits for their own financial security. Beyond the numbers, personal circumstances, and strategic delaying, it's interesting to note that the average retirement age in the US is currently 62, according to a 2024 survey by MassMutual. Consider that for a moment. Most people are choosing to retire before reaching their full retirement age. This helps explain why approximately 2/3 of retirees activate their Social Security benefits prior to their FRA. However, just because you've retired from your primary career doesn't automatically obligate you to turn on your Social Security benefits immediately. If you have been diligent in saving and investing throughout your working life, or if you were fortunate enough to have a pension, it's entirely possible that you could comfortably live on those accumulated savings for a few years. This strategic approach would allow your Social Security payment to grow larger, providing a significantly enhanced monthly income later on. Remember, for every year you delay claiming benefits beyond your FRA, you increase that benefit by roughly 8% annually up until age 70. If your other financial assets are not invested in ways that yield an expected return of 8% or more, then delaying your Social Security benefit might indeed make excellent financial sense, but exploring that in detail is a topic for another video. While delaying often maximizes lifetime benefits, filing early isn't always a poor choice. There are distinct situations where claiming Social Security benefits at age 62 makes perfect strategic sense. Here are 7 such scenarios. 7 situations where filing for Social Security early makes sense. 1. Poor health or family history suggests a lower life expectancy. If your personal health outlook or your family's medical history indicates a reduced chance of living much beyond your break-even age, then filing early becomes a pragmatic choice. This strategy ensures that you maximize the total amount you receive during your actual lifetime. Waiting to file for a higher monthly benefit may not ultimately pay off if you simply don't live long enough to enjoy those larger payments for an extended period. By filing early, you get the most out of your contributions while you are still alive, ensuring your hard-earned benefits don't go unused. 2. Desire for financial freedom to enjoy early retirement. Filing early provides you with the financial flexibility to enjoy your retirement years while you are still at your most energetic and healthy. Your early retirement years are often when you possess the greatest physical ability and cognitive clarity to travel extensively, pursue cherished hobbies, or dedicate quality time to loved ones. Having immediate access to Social Security benefits during this vibrant period can help you make the most of your retirement experience, even if it means receiving slightly lower payments and potentially sacrificing a bit of financial comfort later in life. After all, money is ultimately meant to be enjoyed, and taking benefits early can help you create meaningful and lasting experiences while you are truly able to fully savor them. Additionally, by taking benefits early, if your other savings are wisely invested, it potentially allows those investments to continue growing to a much higher level before you need to tap into them. These 2 reasons are among the most frequently cited by individuals who choose to claim their benefits early, and it's hard to disagree with their validity, especially if you are single or do not have anyone depending on your income. 3. Unlocking spousal benefits for your partner. This is a crucial consideration for married couples. If your spouse cannot claim their own spousal benefits until you, the primary earner, officially file for your benefits, then filing early might strategically unlock an additional vital income stream for your entire family through the spousal benefit. Spousal benefits can provide up to 50% of your full retirement age, FRA, Benefit amount. This can represent a significant source of income, particularly if your spouse did not work long enough to qualify for their own benefits, or if their personal benefit amount is much lower than yours. By filing early, you empower your spouse to access this money sooner, which could make a substantial difference in covering household expenses or achieving joint financial goals as a combined couple. However, it's important to remember that filing early reduces your monthly payment, which in turn can impact the potential spousal benefit. This strategy often makes the most sense when there is a large disparity in earnings between the spouses. For instance, if the deferred growth of one spouse's individual Social Security benefit would never surpass half of the larger earning spouse's benefit, it might make sense to activate the lower earning spouse's benefit sooner. 4. Adopting survivor benefits sooner for a partner with shorter life expectancy. This particular scenario is a major one and, in my opinion, one of the most compelling reasons to strategically draw Social Security early. If the higher-earning spouse, who stands to receive a significantly larger monthly benefit, has a shorter life expectancy due to a serious health issue, then turning on your own benefits early becomes almost a no-brainer. This approach allows you to collect your individual benefit for the period of time when both partners are alive before transitioning to their larger survivor benefit once they pass away. By doing this, you ensure that you receive some of your own Social Security income, while simultaneously preparing for the financial transition that comes with adopting your partner's higher benefit as a surviving spouse. Timing is absolutely key here, so it is essential to carefully evaluate both health dynamics and financial projections when making this deeply personal and impactful decision. 5. Strategic response to financial market declines. One of the least discussed but potentially most powerful reasons to start Social Security early depends heavily on the prevailing conditions in the financial markets. If you are drawing down your retirement nest egg and have not yet started Social Security, but the market experiences a significant decline in your investments, that might be an ideal time to strategically turn on your Social Security benefits. Think back to historical events like the financial crisis of 2008 or the dot-com bust following 9/11. These periods saw declines of over 50% in the stock market. If your investment portfolio suffered significant losses and you were relying on it for your retirement living expenses, starting Social Security early could provide a vital income stream. This would prevent you from being forced to sell your depreciated investments at a loss, thereby buying valuable time for those investments to recover their value. Additionally, even if you weren't actively drawing down your portfolio, but the stock market experienced a large decline, you could choose to turn on your Social Security early and then invest those newly received funds directly into the markets, potentially earning the higher returns associated with a market recovery. Each of these scenarios, should they unfold in the future, might unlock unique opportunities that a flexible Social Security income stream could strategically take advantage of. 6. Managing provisional income to avoid higher taxes. Your provisional income plays a critical role in determining how much of your Social Security benefits are subject to taxation. Currently, up to 85% of your Social Security benefit could be taxable at your prevailing income rates if your total income exceeds certain thresholds. If you currently have low or even no provisional income, but you anticipate larger income sources in the future, such as a pension, significant annuity payments, or even required minimum distributions, RMDs, from retirement accounts that kick in after age 73, then filing for Social Security benefits now could be a smart tax planning move. By doing so, you could potentially avoid paying higher taxes on your Social Security benefits once those other substantial income sources begin to flow. 7. Simply needing the money to cover essential expenses. And lastly, sometimes life simply doesn't go according to plan, and you just need the money to cover your essential expenses, and that is perfectly acceptable and understandable. you might find yourself in a situation where filing early is genuinely necessary to make ends meet, whether it's due to unexpected medical bills, the need to support a family member, or simply not having enough liquid savings to cover daily living expenses. Filing early can provide the immediate financial stability and relief you desperately need. Social Security is designed to be there as a fundamental safety net for Americans, and it is perfectly acceptable and indeed its intended purpose to use it when you need it most. The crucial point here is to ensure that you have thoroughly explored all of your available options and are confident that filing early represents the best choice for your specific and unique circumstances. Final thoughts on a complex decision. It is paramount that you do not make large financial decisions, like when to claim Social Security based solely on emotion, speculation, or generalized advice. Do not rush this decision. Social Security is inherently complicated, and there is no single one-size-fits-all solution that applies to everyone. As we've emphasized throughout, personal finance is precisely that, personal. That's why it is so critically important to do your homework and become as educated as possible on your choices. You can start by exploring the wealth of information available, including the video playlists on Social Security offered by this very channel, to learn more about the intricacies, the pros, and the cons of various strategies. To recap, filing for Social Security early can indeed make a great deal of sense in specific individual situations, offering crucial advantages and strategic flexibility. However, it is never a decision to be taken lightly or without thorough consideration of your personal health, financial situation, and family dynamics. Remember, what might be the perfect strategy for someone else might not be the right choice for you. Are you ready to take control of your financial future and make truly informed decisions? You can get started today by visiting celestialwm.com and clicking the Start Here tab. While you're there, don't forget to head to the Resources tab and download our comprehensive 7-step guide to building your financial path. It's packed with proven strategies designed to set you up for success. And be sure to check out our next video for even more ways to supercharge your financial plan.